technical difficulties, but what I was saying was, hey Jardy, hey everybody tuning in. What I was saying was, I went through some similar shit. Hey everybody, we back. We had technical difficulties. We back. What I was saying was, I went through some similar shit with my goddamn baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? $1,300 old Bank of America because he couldn't let the African bitch go. I don't know what this African motherfucker had on him. He done ran my motherfucking bank account up to motherfucking $1,300. So then he didn't want to pay. It was a whole bunch of bullshit. And I'm like, nigga, I've been knowing you a good motherfucking 5-6 months. I mean, I know I don't ran your bank account before, but you done goddamn got me out of $1,300, baby. You owe me the rest of your life, and I be damn if I have a baby by that motherfucker. Be careful what you ask for. But anyway, she put a root on his ass. Had to put a root on him. I mean, this nigga was going broke for this bitch. Out of gas money. I'm like, what the fuck you all got going on? Good evening, Jingle. Good evening, Jingle. How are you doing?
Good evening. How are you?
I am wonderful. Jardy, would you like to come up? Let's invite Jardy on. Everybody that was partaking. So we're gonna start from the top, Jingle. She declined. Okay. We're gonna start from the top. Where the fuck is Nixta at? She's never nowhere to be found. You at work? Oh shit, I'm sorry. We're gonna start from the top, Jingle. So I'm gonna let you, for those of you who don't know what transpired, you finna get the details. She finna tell you the whole truth, and then we'll go from there. So we're listening.
Just as a recap, before I go into it, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has DM'd me personally or has reached out in any sort of way. Thank you very much. I am 100% okay. It's just that when it initially was ousted on Ruby's show on Friday is when everything reignited. So you did see a very dark side of me, which I do not bring out. That is just not a side I like to put out there because there's enough anger in the world. Don't really get into that. But when you get to the part of disrespect, when I have been the one that helped you out the kindness of my heart, yeah, I take that very personally because that's stuff you've taken away from other investments that I'm currently involved in or getting involved in. I don't just sit back. I actually have investments that I have put myself into and I happily have done so because I can see the return on it. So when I invest in you, that means I believe in you. So with that being said, just as a quick recap, also, one more disclosure. Once I do this tonight, this will end Jingle's comment about this situation anymore. There's no need for me to keep rehashing this stuff back up. I am 100% okay, and just for the protection of anyone else who's been involved, and out of respect for them, I told Ruby I wanted to be the one to say my piece because it was ousted on her show, and it was directed towards me first. And then, of course, all day Friday, it was just like a nightmare for Station Head. And it has painted the community in such a profound way. And it is very embarrassing. But tonight, once I say what I need to say, I will be returning back to my throne. And to my throne, I will remain, as I always have been. So, all right, that's my disclosure. So as you know, there's a certain DJ producer who has been around Station Head.
Can we just say names? Do you mind saying a name?
Sure. DJ Explosive has been around Station Head, sort of moving in ways that is not very positive or honest, I should say. The talent, from my view, he had it. The beats, the everything, the greatness. I saw it, I believed in it, and I still do, for that matter. You know, you have to give credit where credit is due. However, during the time of our exchange, there were business crossed over to personal where we were in each other's text messages, each other's DMs, and there were daily calls. So basically, you're trying to catch the vibe of someone. And you wanted to get more involved, and you're doing it very nicely, but I'm very skeptical at the very beginning. And then of course, I said, okay, well, let me just relax myself, high five, everything seems to be good. Okay. Now, during that time, because of the position that he is in, which is DJ producer, and of course, like I said, the talent is there. Like, maybe, yeah. So, of course, we all know the song that they premiered on the app Thursday by Excel, produced by Explosive.
Shall we
DJ
play a
Explosive.
sample?
But there's no need to play a sample. No, I want to hear that song. Next door, clearly. So, there was issues within the group, and the lyric video wasn't being released because I think at the time the singer at that time could not come up with the proper funding. So, me seeing the response from everyone on station head, pretty much, and really feeling the vibe of the actual track, I took it upon myself, me, individually, to invest in it to get the lyric video out. Because I saw, okay, if you get the lyric video out, then we can get it to the DJs, to have them play, get it on the radio, then we can start doing performances. Because I'm thinking, as a business person, as this is going on. So yes, I invested in it to get the video completed. So the video has been completed. At that time, Excel, I guess, was like, oh, okay, well, she helped. Well, can we go into management together? And I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I told him, no, I won't be your manager, but I'll consult you. Consultant means that I don't have responsibilities for this person. But, not to leave at any time, because I'm just not a manager person of the music business, because I'm not familiar with all the facets of how the business is. So that wouldn't be smart, even though I invested monetary, but that's easy because you can always write that off. But when you invest yourself personally, that's time, and you take away from other projects as you're learning, and that is not my 100% focus. My focus is film, so it's not music. But I did want to dabble a little. So there is no contract between he and I, and he understood that. In fact, all parties who were on that call, DJ Explicit, Excel, and myself, understood that. Granted. So now we fast forward, we're still, DJ Explicit and I are still texting, we're still calling, still being cutesy, blah, blah, blah. Then there was issue, but not really an issue. There was a beat he produced, which I didn't let people know, for a main event song Forever Young. Mm-hmm. And so, no FaceTime, Grammy. No, I don't do the FaceTime. I'm trying to keep as much of myself private as possible.
You are a very private person.
Yeah, I am. I really am. Forever Young, he produced and whatnot, and it was good, and they went to Fitness Transaction. Well, the song was supposed to be released that Monday. That was the premiere. Mm-hmm. So at that time, we're talking, and he's saying something is wrong with his website, or something with the website is released off of. So, all right, he sends me his password and his username. I'm looking in it. So I look at it. He said, oh, yeah, I forgot to pay my fee, to my yearly fee, I said, which I think is like $110. I'm like, well, you've promised to have this music out Monday. You can't just renege on that. They're dependent on you to come through with your word. Why? Because I'm thinking like a business person. You can't do that, without something. So I took it upon myself, again, to make sure he had good face, to show good face in the face of business, to pay. I didn't pay the $110, but it was like $80 to release it. He said she didn't have the membership. So it was like $82 or $84. I can't remember. So I did pay that just so that it can get on the platform on Monday. Because, like I said, it was already promised. It was hyped up about it. I respect the artist main event at great lengths. I just respect him so much because he's such a talented young man. So I said, yeah, let's go ahead and get that out there. So we have it out there. So, yeah, forgot about that part until I went back and looked at bank statement. And then, of course, after that, we still are talking. Then, of course, other words transpired as in he has a vision. And the vision is to bring good music to the South because, as we all know, the South is very much underrepresented. So,
hold on, we got to stop right there, baby. You got Outkast, you got UGK. What is he talking about?
Well, we're talking about for up and coming artists that they don't have people to help bring them into the mainstream.
Nah, I can't agree. I can't agree with that either.
Well, you can't just go by Atlanta. We know what Atlanta is, but what about Alabama, Mississippi? I mean, there are guys like Tyler Christian. He's a good artist, but you don't really hear about him.
Yeah, okay. You got a point there, Jingle. Put me in my place then, Jingle. Damn right, okay.
I'm not putting you in place.
Put me in my place. You're right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like I say, Atlanta's its own little hub. I mean, it's on the map. Atlanta, yes, it's on. But the other states, even my own, we're struggling to kind of get on. Without having to go to Atlanta, which is saturated. So
very saturated. That shit feel like a goddamn tampon overflowed.
So I saw the vision. So I was all for it. Well, I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand what you're talking about. So at the time, he had to get down to conduct business. And so that included going down there. Of course, he didn't have enough of the funding to get down there. I'm like, well, if you're trying to have a vision and you need stuff, I know how it is to be down, have a vision, and not have anybody there who doesn't believe it.
Jingle, do you? Okay, Jingle, do you mind if I just correlate this in niggalation term?
Oh, please.
What she's saying is she met a nigga, fucked with a nigga, thought he goddamn was on his shit, went on his motherfucking shit, tried to help the motherfucker, but when it came to him doing what he had to do, he's broke as a motherfucker. Okay. That's niggalation. Just in case niggas don't understand the proper term. You got two different translations there. Okay, Jenga, continue. Continue.
So I went down there. So I didn't go down there. So he went to Atlanta first because I think there was an event. There's a Caribbean event down there every year. And so just from their work, they were supposed to go down there and then come back up with some people. I think one of them he was related to when they came out there, going to drive back up. But he had received a notice. He had sent me a copy of or something. I don't know if he sent it by email or he sent it by text. I can't remember. Where the people said they were not going to be performing this year, and they said their apologies. So basically, he had booked his flight, and now there was going to be no event. So then he went down. So he still went down anyway because he couldn't get money back. He said, well, I'm going to go to Alabama so I can figure out what's going on there and get some stuff set up there. Granted, okay. Then he says, as he goes down there, he flew down there.
She gonna get to that part. She just giving you like glass run. You got to see. That's what's wrong. Listen, y'all gotta sit and listen. She just giving you like the background. This is shit that we didn't get Friday. We didn't get like the whole background of how I started. I just know the juicy part. So she just giving you the background. You know what I'm saying? So she gonna get to the disrespect part because it get way more deeper than this, baby.
So then we have where he goes to transport to Alabama. He's there. The room is covered by myself. There was a transfer of funds from my account to his Cash App account so he can transfer it into the Wells Fargo account. I instructed him on opening. I said it's easier that way. So when you do transactions, it's just easy. Which he was totally against. Didn't really want to do the banking thing, but I was doing. I said, well, it's more advantageous if you do it that way for my end anyway. So he went there, he paid for the room, stayed there. Don't really know what happened because I wasn't there, but there was a lot of communication between he and I by text and by phone. I think that he went on a job interview there. That was set up, and that was pretty much about it there. So he did do some business, but like I said, it wasn't. The job interview was anything in my brain that was that fantastic, but different strokes for different folk. So
okay,
that's fine.
So I want to pause and ask you a question. Now, you guys, so you're saying that okay, so he went. Was he in Atlanta or in Alabama when he got the job interview?
Alabama.
Okay. Did you ever go to Alabama with him or to meet him?
No.
Okay. Did he have a vehicle or was he renting a vehicle at the time? Like, how was he getting around? Do you know that part?
The hotel we booked for him wasn't that far from the place, but I actually paid an Uber for him.
And how many Ubers did he catch in Alabama? Do you know? Have an idea?
Say 1, 2.
Okay. Fair enough.
Did the interview, went back to the room, stuff like that. Well, then there was a delay in him actually leaving Alabama. Wasn't sure what, I can't quite remember what the holdup was, but he ended up having to stay an extra night. Now, I did not send extra money. I was like, he just texted me and said everything's okay. So I'm figuring, okay, he must have got it squared away or something. So, again, not thinking. So then he texted me, like, yeah, I'm leaving today. His family came, or whomever came, to come get him, and they were headed back to Atlanta. So they went to Atlanta, and it was at his friend's house again,
at my friend's house, like Clay TG.
Right. Where he says that the air was broken, so it made him very uncomfortable for him to be there. He said he was experiencing nosebleeds and stuff. So he called, he's in a panic, he's freaking out, and I'm like, okay. He said, listen, I found a Super 8 motel, I looked it up, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I said, well, how much is it? And stuff. I said, well, okay, just wait. Okay, so then he said he had money on his card, and he can pay stuff. You just need a few more dollars to help pay for it or whatnot. So he did book it. But he needed a ride. So I had to contact an Uber to get him to that hotel. So I did an Uber, and then I also funded him some money for the room for just that one night.
Okay.
So he got there. Yes.
I'm sorry. I just gotta, cause I'm asking questions because everybody, Okay, so during his time in Atlanta, he did do something out of the ordinary that wasn't even in, the contract with you giving him money and funding him. So he took a certain young lady out on a date. Am I correct?
Yes, if they want to say, I don't know if you want to tag it as a date, but yeah, there was where he took someone out that I had no knowledge of until after he returned back home to Boston.
And this young lady is on the app. We're going to withhold her name for privacy reasons because she's not ready to talk.
Correct.
So, Grimy, please, with the jokes. Grimy. Now, Grimy, you remember that day that they came up on? Well, yeah, he came up or they came up, and you was like, and I was like, what the hell going on? What they doing in Atlanta? And they was like, she's like, oh, it's not my business to tell why he's here. And so that's it right there. You know the story. Val Zero. That okay. So I don't know who that is. People be making up stations and tuning in. So Val, I don't know who that is. It might be for me. It's a lot of familiar shit. The game don't change. It's different faces on it. A DJ, yes, a DJ named DJ Explosive and going around thinking he cat daddy pimp. Okay, and he really is a can of spam. Some you find in the back of the cabinet when you're not even that hungry. But anyway, please, guys, let's stay on track because you know how I get. This is not funny. We try to teach y'all motherfuckers a lesson. All you station head whores and all you motherfuckers be flirting shit. We trying to teach you motherfuckers a lesson. So you better listen in. I know you used to the goddamn talking, you me banging together, but this is a little tad bit more serious because there's some serious shit going on behind this shit that you guys don't even know about. Like motherfuckers is off right now. We're gonna say that. We're gonna leave it like that. Okay, we're gonna let Miss Jingle continue. Can we please all just hold questions to the end? Okay, this ain't Oprah with this ain't Oprah with you know. We ask questions at the end of the segment, and then we'll get into all the dirt tea then. Okay, Miss Jingle, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So, where was I? So he happened to stay a few extra days there. And by this time, a few of my other projects, there were some things that were starting to require my attention because of investment. So he needed to leave, but he couldn't quite leave. And so he ended up having to stay in that hotel for like 3 nights. During that time, I had funded those, and then I said, okay, we have to get him out of there. So then by after Wednesday, Thursday, I was able to get him a flight out Thursday morning for a good price because the rest of them wanted so much, and it was just kind of like I had like 4 things going on at one time, and a lot of it was with a partner. So of course that caused a little bit of friction and whatnot. So I was able to get the funding I needed from my own account, so I can go ahead and book the flight. So once I had the flight details, I sent in the flight details. Say okay. So he had a flight out that morning. I had to get him an Uber to the airport, and then he also he went ahead and flew out, and he flew home. Once he flew home, he had his own ride, so there was no assistance needed from me then. So then we're like having conversations still, we're texting. For most of that day, when he got home the next day, I had to care for him that morning, which was good because my work schedule is getting crazy. So we're conversing because we know that the summit is coming up, and originally I was supposed to meet him down at the summit, but not at the summit.
Mm-hmm.
So originally, before he went to Alabama, I booked a hotel at the Ritz-Carlton.
The Ritz goddamn Carlton. Baby, you get some pussy at the Ritz Carlton. You's a heck of a nigga. You's a hell of a motherfucker. Do you hear me? Baby, I ain't even never even parked in the goddamn parking lot of a Ritz Carlton. I couldn't even tell you what the motherfucking front door looked like, let alone the valet. And a motherfucker is booking a goddamn room there. On day expense, you got to be a stupid motherfucker to get fired on your day off, and that he was. I don't know. I'm sorry, Junior. You know I had to come in my conversation. That's okay. Okay, I'm gonna let you keep going. I ain't gonna interrupt you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So once all that was going on, and of course he's trying to move to Alabama, I'm like, okay, so we gotta regroup this. It can't happen. So then there was the set of apartments somewhere in Atlanta that were pretty decent, that they let you rent out and whatnot. And so I considered them, but I never did the actual reservation because it's like, well, I can't do that too and get that too, and try to do some other stuff. So I said, well, I will not be accompanying you. And by the way, I also had a meeting with some writers down there from one of my friends. Because he knows that I'm writing a screen. He said, well, just bring what you have right now for your screenplay. We'll just have a brief discussion. So that meeting ended up getting canceled, rescheduled, actually. So I was like, okay, so there's really no need for me to go down there now. So yeah, let me just, not go. But he claimed that he changed the plane ticket where he sent him in there early Friday morning at 8 a.m. He was able to switch it to come in early Friday morning at like 12 midnight, something like that. Which would have meant that I would have had my meeting and then I would have went and retrieved him from the airport. So I said, well, dog, you did that and I'm not even coming now. So I felt bad. And of course, he was like, yeah, I kind of did it for you. Now, of course, me being gullible, I said, well, I'll tell you, but let me just pay for your room, and you have to wait until you can actually get into the room for the summit. I said, because I don't know what their rules are. So he then was able to fly down, but also had a bag with him as well that, of course, had to be checked in because this flight he did himself for JetBlue. So,
not JetBlue.
So that required a $30 check-in fee, of which I had to end up paying for because of his Wells Fargo account that's from Alabama. He did the hotel room, put his account in the negative. Because, the hotel holds it, then they release the money, and then I guess when it goes through, it just takes everything. But I chastised him for that. So actually, you were supposed to look at your account. You have some extra charges on this account that you didn't have any room to spend any extra money. So this $100 and something at this mall visit you had, or this $13 for this Regal Cinema thing you went on, and all this other, and the other little $40 here, $20 there, so that stuff added up. So now you're in the negative. And so, yeah. So you didn't have the funding on that card. So he then went to the hotel with the Uber that I got for him, and then he went to his room. They were able to let him in early, so he was settled. Done. So once that was completed, there was constant texting, constant communications. I would go mute because at this time I'm feeling a little like something about this is very one-sided, and I'm not seeing an investment. I see more the red than the black. And I understand stuff takes time, but there are sometimes you gotta take a step back. So those reservations and downs, and as I call my spidey senses, were starting to tingle a lot louder. I was like, okay, let me just sit back for a minute. So as I sat back, I become what people say I'm mute. There'll be no communication from my part. And Ruby, I think I've sent you the text messages where the mute started, and he started questioning while I was quiet.
Yeah, you did send me the receipts. Also, he sent another bitch the receipts. The motherfucker didn't want to come up because I hit a bitch out, and we're gonna get on her in a sec. But yeah, Jingle Love did send me the receipts. She's not lying. For those of you who think that this shit is just an app, it's not an app. Motherfuckers are doing real deal shit on this motherfucker. You had this nigga DJ Explosive, who was a fucking con. Well, attempted con, because he ain't a real con, to do this type of thing. So she did send me the receipts. So I do have that. So for those of you who believe in the old girl, she's a goddamn lie, and the truth ain't in her ass. She lying through all the roads that she got, she lying through them. So yeah.
So then we have where they're quiet, but then I just didn't want to disturb. But once you're, because the stories are coming up, people are doing stuff, so you start to see tidbits of people you follow on Instagram. They're doing stuff, and he had called me that morning. He was going to breakfast. Of course, I had to send him $10 for breakfast. So he got some breakfast downstairs and stuff. So we were talking. I said, okay. I said, well, you're about to go into your DJ mode. So, okay. So I'm working, afternoon. I'm seeing Instagram. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I get really quiet. And I just don't really communicate for a few hours. Like, I wouldn't. And I'm just getting those weird feelings. Trapper. So
Baby, he left his heart in San Francisco. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. Don't worry, don't mind me. I'm talking to myself.
So he's doing the DJ thing and stuff. So he texted me later that night. He's like, I just feel like you've been MIA since I've been here. I haven't heard from you. And I just let him know, you're doing your work. When you do your work, there's no need for me to be chit-chatting, calling you 900 times if you're doing your job. I'm just not that. That's just not me. I don't get into that. So that was kind of, okay, yeah. So the summit goes on. We see the live feed is going, blah, blah, blah. That's good. That's great. Then I am still sort of doing some stuff here because I have some fires to put out again because there's that friction that has built up between the parties and I regarding some of the stuff we're trying to get ready for our production and our production company that we're starting. So we're getting stuff done, and then he's texting me, oh, we're about to go out, meet up with the people. I said, oh, okay, that's great. Oh, fantastic. Such and such, all of them, and gave them great accolades and stuff. Oh, y'all well done. And then that was it. They said they were going to go out. So, you can see Instagram, look at all of them going out. So that was pretty much it. So probably late that night, if I'm not mistaken, I think he texted me something weird. And he's like, hey, are you up? And I was on my way to sleep because, I get sleepy real fast. I'm old and, I like my bed. So I said, I am about to. I was like, what's up? He said, no, I'm just checking on you. It was just weird because he's never done that. Like, you're checking on me. I took it as you were trying to see if I was going to call or text you because maybe you were going to go out or something. But like I say, it was just very strange. That kind of text, I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So then we go the next morning, about 2 o'clock that morning, that thing, Ruby, from the text messages, he's texting me something. But I'm asleep, so you text me at 2, you probably going to be short because I'm really asleep. And the next day, or earlier that night, actually, he said, I already have a ride to the airport because while everybody else was leaving Sunday, he was actually leaving the wee hours of Monday morning. So I was like, okay, he may need an Uber or something. I said, it'd be great if you could find a ride. So he did find a ride with the other person that we won't mention. And we just kind of went. The bag didn't need to be checked in again because the bag was left in Atlanta as it was planned at someone's house. He had somewhere for it to go. And then, let me see. I didn't talk to him. I didn't receive a text that morning saying, hey, I just landed in Boston. That was like 8-something. Because by that time I am up stirring around because I got to do stuff before I go to work, my computer for work. So then, I think he called me. I think he called me. And we were talking a little bit. I said, okay, well, good. You got home. Everything's good. He's like, yeah, I got to go ahead and take care of some business. Why? Because I knew that this week was going to be heavy for him, but there were some things he needed to take care of that were urgent. So then we hung up, and then I went mute again. Because I was just like, okay. So that night, I reached out. I did initiate reach out. I was like, hey, how are you? He's like, I'm just really tired. I'm on this couch. I'm tired. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, you said about we got to talk about Alabama and the video song Thursday. He had mentioned that before he left Atlanta. He texted me that. I said, so, we want to go ahead and talk about it. And he's like, oh, not right now. I'm so extremely exhausted. All right. Me, when you don't care about your livelihood and stuff like that, listen, that's on you. That's your business. Because I have a roof. I'm good. I said, okay, I understand. I said, have a good night. And so we ended there. So, again, something just didn't feel quite right. It's just, a woman's intuition kicks in like something's not right. So then I proceeded to jump on Station Head. And actually, I went to Jardy Station, actually. And when I went on Jardy Station, lo and behold, there he is in the comments. Someone who is so sleepy and on their couch sleeping, but yet he's in the comments, just having the greatest time of his life, like he's wide awake. So I just spoke to Jardy once she said hey, and I said hey to her, and I just sat there. And I think he saw it because all of a sudden he ended it. He's like, yeah, well, let me go on and try to get some sleep or whatnot. I didn't say anything. I just said, okay, see right here. This is that BS. You really BSing. All right, I need this stuff back from you because you bought that dumb stuff. So then, right, Jardy, yeah, all of a sudden just abruptly ended because he was all into the conversation with this other person and other people on there. But yeah, all of a sudden he had to go find some sleep. Yeah.
Gotta go. Bye.
Yeah. So I sat there for a minute and then I got off and then I was like, yeah, this is stupid. Then I started questioning myself. See, this is the part you guys know. This is when stuff starts going back in my head like a reel. Like you rewind stuff and you start going through stuff because you're trying to figure out like what is going on. And the fact that you have been doing something out of the kindness of your heart, and also you're trying to vibe with someone, something that's against your tradition, because that's just not traditionally how I meet people. But it's a new age, so you have to hi Tri-State, so you have to be
Tri-State, you right on time, baby. Don't go nowhere.
So you have to be be able to be flexible to change. So we're going through it and stuff. So I just muted myself. So I didn't talk to him anymore that night. I didn't talk to him Tuesday, but he sent me a text like, you're quiet again. And I just didn't say anything because by this time, stuff is starting, pieces to this puzzle of me possibly being used is starting to arise, those thoughts. And I'm like, oh, hell no. See, this is when that Leo starts to roar. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I think this is that BS. So by this time, I reached out to a friend, and I said, let me ask you a few questions, and I kind of went through it, and then that's when me and my partner, who was also my best friend, I went to her. And of course, she was like, I already told you what it was, but you were in your world, you were in your bubble, but nah, that's not it. This is not it. You're so much above this. You've reached down and been too charitable. This is why you don't be charitable to everyone. So we went through the little back and forth. And then we, Wednesday, I think I reached a whole nother level of angry. Because I think it all just started hitting me at once. So there was a lot of pacing the floor. And I was just like, this is some bull. You start looking at your bank account, like all these transfers. Like, okay. Was about to make me lose. In fact, he was a great talker. He was someone where our conversations, I felt as if he know how to communicate. So I get a kick out of people who can keep up with my train of thought. Because I know I can be sporadic, and yet sometimes I can really flex my cerebral energy I have, or my ability, the real big muscle up there. But at the same time, it was just like, it was something new and exciting. Like, oh, okay, well, that's what. And then, of course, the whole song thing. So it looks like you have someone who's painting with perfect picture of you're about your business. Fantastic. I can invest in you, you invest in me. We can really get this going and go to a whole nother level. This is how I view things. But obviously, I need to take off those rose-colored glasses and make sure I keep on my medicated spectacles, because it certainly was all a bunch of dead roses and dandelions. So once you didn't hear from me and I spoken to someone, that's when I reached out to Fat Boy. Now we'll say his name. And I said, I have a secret to tell you. And I said, I just got to tell you. So, of course, he went ballistic. It's like, yeah, this is some BS. He's in New York. He's a city guy, so I trust this because I'm not a city girl. And I'm like, what you see? He's like, that's a bunch of bull. Then I had other people reached out. They were like, yeah, end it. So, it's kind of like each day. Like Wednesday, I barely slept. I just said, because the anger was just at a whole nother level. But Thursday, after I spoke with someone on Thursday, I woke up a little bit better. Like, okay, all right, still angry, but we're just going to get through this and let them go. Let them go on their way. I'll just remain silent and mute. Like, I don't care anymore. So, yes, then I went on, actually, good point, Grimy. So I went on Terry Station. I think it was Terry Station. They were talking about the summit. So it's kind of like I needed information because, like I said, my spidey senses were going off. And I was like, something. It just feels like I need to do something. I need answers. So these individuals that we won't mention, were in the room, and I started playing 20 questions with them. I said, I just feel like how I got up there. I said, I just feel like the summit was just too smooth for me. There was no controversy. Like, no one slept with the DJ. No one.
Oh, baby, I got some tea about that goddamn summit, boo-boo. We're going to get into that later. Okay? Y'all better stay tuned, bitch. It's going to get serious in a minute.
Nobody, got drunk and, ran straight down the road. I said, y'all just gonna do anything? I said, usually people get off the chain. This is family. We saw it on Instagram. So the people were, being pretty tight-lipped about it. But so I asked her 20 questions and everything was that. So I said, okay. Guess that's just what it is. Like I said, but it still was quite unsettling. I felt like I still wasn't getting all the answers that I knew were there, but I just like, well, let it go. You're in a whole nother mode right now because you're angry. Yeah, I was calm, mad with the question. Exactly, it was calming, but yeah, there was some heat there. There were. I love Trapper so much. So then, by this time, Thursday had come. And people were checking on me. They were like, how you feeling? A little bit of people that knew, very tight. And I was like, I'm doing good. I slept better. I slept a little bit better. I still hadn't got that much sleep, but I was getting better. It's like, the anger started to subside. I'm just going to let that situation go because that's not healthy. Then along comes Friday. So I'm in Ruby's show, and you were there. You guys were there. Again, it was wild. So I go up, and enters DJ Explosive, and he asks me, there is no reason for you to add me for something that you feel like you don't know when you have my number. And he claimed to call me 3 times. My phone didn't ring. I don't have Skynet Mobile. I have AT&T. My phone is going to ring. He then saying that, I owe you something, or something out his mouth, and I thought was very rude to Ruby. And we all know Ruby Jew, she wasn't going to have that. She saw it before I could even respond, and was already in his butt without even knowing what was going on. Ruby didn't even know. But, they just weren't going to let that happen.
His exact words were, at Jingle, do you have something to say to me? And so we're in the middle of talking about a prenup because Robert De Niro's wife wants all of his cash. He's worth $500 million, And she wants every last bit of it. So we in the middle of talking about a prenup and all this. Like, we getting into the tea like, damn, like, once you go black, you never go back. But, you know, once you go white, it still ain't right. So, you know, we talking shit. Here come this raw chicken meat looking ass motherfucker in my goddamn room. Cause baby, hold on, let's back up a little bit. Let me give you a little history of why a pussy nigga blocked me. Okay, so get what? The first time I ever met him, me and him got into it. Not really got into it, but Excel. Motherfucker tried to do some old hoe shit. Thought it was cute. I wasn't feeling the conversation. Neither was I feeling them. So I goddamn went off. Boom, bam. Okay, cool. That little pass. So one day I went in his station and he had like anti-whack and Martin Delgado. You know, they're very political. They read a lot. They're kind of smart or whatever like that. They know a lot of different little things. So he had them talking about some controversial shit. And I was like, oh my goodness, finally, a conversation I can sit and listen to. Like, you finally have some real shit on your station. Oh, Ruby Jew, that comment you made was insensitive. I'm not a host. I'm a DJ. I do this. I'm true. All this. So I'm typing. You know me. I'm typing. I'm in the middle of my motherfucking chump off sentence and his bitch ass cut me off. Okay, boom. So it was like a whole little spat. They made a whole little show. Everybody trying to shut me down off the app and all this. Bitch, I've been going strong 7 months. If he cracker on me off the app, they would have been took my ass off the app. So goddamn. So after all that, so boom, okay, we did all that. Boom, let's pass that. Fast forward to Friday. He come in the room. I'm like, what's up, DJ Explosive? You all up in here? What you doing up in here? Anyway, we talking about the tea. We got the docket. You know what I'm saying? You know how I introduce when people come in new. Boom, bam. This motherfucker out and say, at Jingle, do you have something to say to me? And so I see the comment, but I still keep talking. I ignore it. I go back and I say, at Jingle, do you have something to say to me? I said, well, what the hell going on? He ain't really saying that. He was like, at Ruby Jew, I spoke who I need to spoke. So I'm not talking to you. Hold on, bitch. Wait a goddamn minute, motherfucker. You don't step into my motherfucking house to the people. First of all, bitch ass. Then I said, what pussy ass, bitch ass niggas do? Hey, block you in to talk shit. What's up, fuck, nigga? I just started going off. Of course, being a pussy that he is, being the spam that he is, that sits in the back of the cabinet, he runs off like a bitch. And that's when the whole little shit transpired. And I'm like, what the hell is going goddamn on? Am I missing something? Why am I always missing something? And I'm the one that got the goddamn gossip. How the fuck am I missing something? He was like, hold on, Ruby. Don't end your goddamn show. I'm like, what the hell going on?
Yeah, because by that time I had to reach out because I had a 12 o'clock show, the film junkies. So I had to reach out to them, let them know, hey, we're not going to do a show today. I'm not in a good mental space. I have to urgently deal with something. And they all were like, okay, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm about to be real okay. So I think they already knew what the deal was. Like, okay, this has reached his head now. And so that's when I went to my show. But as I'm going to do my show, so everybody can go over there, and you guys heard the rundown, he's texting me. And he's texting, like, who are you? And you're not communication, you have insecurities, and I don't know if you guys know who Jingle is. I don't know if he had a TIA or he bumped his head, or I don't know what was going on. I have never come across as an insecure woman, ever. There's no need for me to. Ever. I didn't grow up like that, and I'm not about to inject that toxicity into my system now. There's no need for that. If anything, I help people identify their worth and say, you work with it and you build on it. I don't do insecure stuff. That's evil. You may have a down moment, but you never be insecure. So he was just coming real left and saying stuff. And so by this time, I'm responding back to him with fire too. And I'm like, okay, fine, we can do this. So that's when we did the guillotine. Now, while we were in the guillotine, there was a young lady who was
Talk to Fur, the fat limit. Go to her Instagram. Her name is Talk to Fur. I tried to get her ass in here. This bitch. See, that's why I gotta. I'm gonna see if Nixon can come up. But go ahead. While you talking, I'm gonna see if Nixon can come up.
So she comes and she's so sympathetic, and in the comments, if you go back to my channel, you will see what she's about to cry and pull over all the sympathy stuff. And like I said, it wasn't about that. And I had specifically stated many times on my station, the money, I can always write that off for business as an expense. But the disrespect, I won't tolerate. I say that. I said that more than once. I've already, and I said it again tonight. So, of course, this person, I don't know if they're communicating with the producer, but he sent me a copy of their text as he calls himself trying to put me, poorly attempting to put me in my place, because I like I said, that's not about to happen here. And he, she's with the shop, and she said, you better pay that girl back her money. First of all, I'm not a girl. Not gonna do that. And he's like, what money and stuff? He said, you're telling people I owe you money. And I said, first of all, I said you owed me money, Negro. If you're gonna sit there and act like you haven't benefited from me being your banker, because you sure don't have it. I've seen everything for you. You're broke. That's what I've seen. So,
girl, where are you at a party?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to walk away. Fuck. It's too dark. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, I'm gonna drop you down and bring you back up.
She's muting.
Okay, okay. Go ahead, Jake. I'm sorry.
So then she went out the room or whatnot. So I ended my show, and I was like, okay, she's really stupid. There was no contract or written agreement, Carlotta. So that's why I really won't hold in court. It's just a loss. I didn't, and this is no offense to anyone. I did not graduate with an MBA for nothing. So no, that was a stupid move on me. But this is not even worth it. It's only a total of like $1,600. It's okay. It's an expense. I can expense that off for next year. It's not a problem. So then we have where we go to Cloud 25 Radio. We're doing Station Head Feud, and he pops up in there. But before I had gotten there, he had already been to Cloud, and Cloud said he'd spoken to him and said, listen, can you at least be cordial if you're going to be in here? And he agreed to. Well, he came in there, he wasn't cordial. So Cloud asked him questions, he's saying stupid answers like, pull up and I wish somebody would, and just stupid stuff, stupid responses. So I muted my mic because there's no need for me to respond, but I did put the laughing emoji in the comments, let him know, like, you're a joke. You're a real joke. So because he ended up losing, the loser still wins something on Cloud 25 Radio. So I unmuted, and Cloud said, well, DJ Explosive, you lost. You still have to get, you get $15. I said, Jingle, you want to go ahead and have him drop his cash app? I said, no. And so Cloud was like, well, he needs to drop it. I said, I've already told you no. And so he decided to be crazy and put his cash app as something real smart, like, if you think I owe you something, you transfer that shit to your cash app. So by that time, yeah, it was that time. I said, you know what? This is what you need to do for me. You need to leave me the F alone and get the hell out of here, because you're disrespecting Cloud. And so he sat there, and Cloud said, well, what are we going to do? I said, well, we're not going to move forward until the trash leaves the room. And he finally left. And that was the last, conversation that he and I have had. But his little pigeon, Talk to First, seems to be very vocal and decided to come on Nixter's show and sort of go ham and pretty much say that I didn't know what I was talking about, and he had receipts. Girl, listen. Don't believe him. This is what he does. So she started getting loud with her Skynet mobile, and I'm like, listen, first of all, you're breaking up. We can't even understand you. So by this time, I'm getting angry. Why? Because she's thinking this is just a one-day thing. No, I've been going through this anger since Monday. So you I'm not that fuse you want to get started. And so she's going on. So basically, I just cursed out on Nixter Radio. Nixter, I'm sorry. But that was... No. You have nothing to apologize about.
Everybody, if you don't know who Nixter is fire. Now, Nixter, shout out to Ange Code. I never see her in my shows. Shout out to you, sis. Nixter. So, listen. Explain to us what happened on your, like, you gotta go through every little single detail, but tell us, how it went down, what was the issue, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I don't know how, you said Talk to Fur came, we naming names, Talk to Fur, DJ Explosive is the guy, he getting exposed, Talk to Fur is getting exposed, okay, we gonna leave the other two names out, unless you know me like that, then you know who I'm talking about, if you don't, then, oh well. Okay, so Talk to Fur. Now, you said she came up on your station, and she was already angry when she came up on your station.
Yeah, she did. She was already hyped. And from what I'm getting from when she started talking is because she felt like everything that Jingle Love was saying wasn't true. But by this time, Jingle Love had already been talking, and she was sending me the receipts. So she did send me a receipt on her end, like of a conversation, but Jingle Love had more receipts, like proving everything she was saying on my show. But she was just saying, like, basically we were bashing him, and none of it was true, and she was upset about that situation.
And so when I'm gonna say you, go ahead. Who's talking?
Oh no! I was just saying, which I don't know why she was coming for me so hard. I mean, because you were just in my show with the tears and you're on the side of the road crying and all kinds of stuff, but that's why I was confused. I'm like, she didn't have this energy none today on Ruby Juice show or Jingle Love show. But I mean, of course, shit happens on my show. That's why it's nigga night. But I was just confused. I'm like, whoa, where does energy come from, fam? I mean, I know it's speak your piece, but you have all day, ample amount of time to get this out. But hey, different strokes for different folks.
Well,
I'm saved it on the Nick at Night show, but it is what it is.
Allegedly, she like a lot of goddamn scroll. Let me hit the docket. Let me tell you about this motherfucking bitch. Okay, so first of all, I hit the bitch up in the DM. I'm gonna tell you what I motherfucker said. Y'all give me a second. Hold on, what Ange Code say? Hold on, Ange Code. Can somebody give me a spark note? Ange Code. See, if you hold on, Ange Code. If you tune into the docket, you know what I'm saying? Cause y'all had y'all favorites who y'all fuck with. If you start tuning into the docket, you will get all the tea that be going on. This is my first time ever seeing you in my show, sweetie. So, and I see you around the app all the time. Listen, you got to tune into the goddamn docket. If you missed the motherfucking docket Ange Code, I can give you the link to my Anchor podcast. You will always be able to go back and listen to the shit. It be some shit going on. I be want everybody to know what the fuck be going on, so you won't be a victim of the scam. Last month we had Tony Gambino on Jamaican Goddess. Allegedly, Jamaican Goddess had been scammed out of not one, not two, not three, but $600 and some change dollars. Allegedly $2,800. That was the first scam. Okay. See, my app wouldn't let me be great. Can y'all hear me? Hold on. I can't hear shit. Hold on. This goddamn app won't let a bitch be great. I'm sorry, y'all. Can y'all hear me now? Can somebody put the goddamn teacups in the chat if you can hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay, so let me get Jingle Love back here up here. Let me get Nixter back up here. What's up, Marty, with your chocolate ass? See, if it had been you, baby, you could treat me on tight with I can dip you in gold pineapple juice, motherfucking caramel, nigga. You can be dipped in all kind of shit with that pretty ass skin, like. Nigga, I don't even give a damn. Like, your skin is just radiant. I love that shit. That shit is nice. Marty, shout out to that Marty. They get with the goddamn pretty ass chocolate ass goddamn. He's old. He like one of them chocolate donuts you get from goddamn Krispy Kreme. You know, they're real form. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Krispy Kreme, motherfucker. Chocolate donut, motherfucker. Nixter coming up. But anyway, like I was saying, so before I was rudely interrupted by this app. Oh, there go Nixter go. Before I was rudely interrupted by this app. So I hit the bitch up. I'm finna tell y'all what I said, right? I'm finna go to my DM. I hit her up on some cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Fat boy was ready to go to her go to his city and, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be and fuck his ass up because he said some old rude foul shit to Fat Boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna spill his business on here that he business in his head, y'all. Most people know what he got going on. But he said some foul shit. He made a foul comment. That's why I want Fat Boy to come on here, but he's a little busy probably. So I said, hey. She said, hey, what's up? I said, listen, I ain't going to beat around the bush. I'm going to get straight to the point. She said, okay. I said, so I'm having the Docket Monday, and I wanted you to know. This is why I was going to do it on Sunday. I was going to do it on Monday. And I was like, I'm having the Docket Monday, and I wanted to know if you would be in attendance to say your piece and bring your receipts so we can clear the air and move on. People have been seriously hurt mentally, emotionally, and physically in this situation. She said, this is what she said. She said, I'll tell you this. Her artist was broke in Atlanta with no money. Guess who was financing her artist? And she had to reimburse motherfuckers for her artist. That's all I say. Ain't nobody in a relationship with that man, and I shouldn't even be in this situation because it ain't got nothing to do with me. But she made it about me. I'm good though. I'm not giving that shit no more of my energy. It's clear she's mentally unstable, and I'm not going back and forth with nobody who needs medicine. Send me the text message jingle that you want. All the little text messages you sent me jingle. She done sent me, which I already had no receipts. I say, yes, sis, I have those receipts. But about you stirring up mess between them going back and forth, all of a sudden, don't nobody want to give their energy to it, but y'all gonna linger around and talk about it anyway. I'm trying to get everyone to understand it and to understand it in a conclusion. You in it because you put yourself in it. From my understanding, you went you went from being with that's some fuck shit movement to being with I'm with him and he ain't lying movement. Sis, which one is it? Cause y'all ain't the only ones. It seems to me someone got the story mixed up. So I sent her 2 voice notes. Of course, I can't play it while I'm on air because it ain't gonna play. So I said, "Now, sis, my name." She said, "No." She said, "So." She said, "Now, sis." No, she said, "Now." She said, "My name. That's why I'm in it." And I cussed his ass out. But once I got his side of things, it started to make a lot more sense. But like I said, I don't owe nobody nothing, and I'm not giving this shit my energy. I care about real shit in life on Station here at Fantasyland. So if y'all want to hear the voice notes, I'll send y'all the voice notes and y'all in DM if you want to. You can DM me. So I told the bitch, I'm like, bitch, it wasn't a motherfucking Fantasyland talk to Fur when you was sending goddamn pussy shots and ass shots and titty shots. So on her, and he blocked your ass because you were some hoe. It wasn't a Fantasyland then. It wasn't a Fantasyland when DJ Explosive decided he was gonna flew your ass out on somebody else's account so y'all can fuck. It wasn't a Fantasyland then, bitch. Why is it a motherfucking Fantasyland now? Now that's the thing. Now, this man has motherfuckers deep in their feelings. Motherfuckers is off their rocks about this shit because motherfuckers been talking to him for months on end, thinking they're going to be in love, thinking they're going to have a relationship and all this. And he has took some places, 2 young ladies, I'm not going to mention their name, into some dark places that they shouldn't even be visiting in life once they left those places. Like, this shit is way deeper than everybody think. This is some deep emotional shit going on here. And you motherfucker keep saying, oh, it's just an app. Oh, it's just an app. Well, bitch, how about today? You learned today that it's not just a motherfucking app. if motherfuckers are taking shit dead ass serious on this motherfucker, it's not just the app where motherfuckers are fucking off here. Motherfuckers are making connect business moves. Half of the motherfuckers you talk to and the things you're doing, you probably wouldn't even know or do if it weren't for some motherfuckers on this app that you came across. This app is informative, it's drama, it's all things what life are. You know what I'm saying? What life is. So shit has motherfucking hit the fan for this shit. And I want to talk about this shit today, and then we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk a little bit about the summit. If you was there, give your intake. But I got somebody hit me up and told me some shit that went down, and it went all peaches and motherfucking cream. Cause see, when you do shit with malice in your heart and intent to try to be something that you're not, or I ain't even gonna say, Lord forgive me for saying that. I ain't even gonna say be something that you're not. When you do something when it's not genuine, shit happens like that. Things go down the way it do. Shit don't turn out the way it's supposed to turn out. Cause you're supposed to welcome all people. Understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to be genuine to all people. You're gonna be genuine to one. Be genuine to another motherfucker, to another. You understand me? So guess what? DJ Explosive, you can kick rocks. Bitch, you already know how I feel about your pussy. I didn't get invited to the summit. Why? Because I would have turned. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I probably would have. It wouldn't have been no nice sight for me. It wouldn't have been a nice sight for me. I'm just gonna say that it wouldn't have been nice. Not because I had a hate towards somebody, just because of the, like she said, the disrespect. He's very disrespectful and vulgar with his language and vulgar with his mouth. You know, he want to come out his mouth and say things about women, and you motherfucking bitches enjoy that shit, because you motherfuckers steady follow his ass. Oh, I got to take this robe off, baby. It's getting hot up in here, because the tea is getting hot. You motherfuckers steady follow his ass. I ain't looking at the comments, so if you comment and I ain't saying nothing, don't worry. I'm going to turn back to him in a minute. Y'all motherfuckers steady be following his ass and dodging into that conversation. I'm like, how can a real nigga or a real woman fuck with a homeboy like that? I already knew I was eventually we were gonna get into. I was gonna get blocked because I don't fuck with shit like that. I don't fuck with disrespectful ass motherfuckers, and I don't fuck with niggas who blatantly disrespect women for their own purpose. That's why I said you go broke dick ass dog. You got mommy and daddy issues, and your ass ain't got nowhere to go, baby. You sleeping on the goddamn baby. You 1 foot in, 1 foot out, baby. You a damn letter away from getting evicted. You want to come around and talk, you popping shit. You got a motherfucker booking you wrong, baby. You should be kissing ass. You should be goddamn kissing ass. You should be licking tall. You should be like thankful of somebody assisting your ass, your spam cam ass. But instead, you running around here like you Mr. Macho Man. Probably ain't got niggas. Child, niggas be. Ooh, child. I can't even. Oh, niggas be everywhere with they shit. Shit. I done dropped my ass right. Niggas be everywhere with they shit. Except for the right motherfucking place. I ate that cat through the phone. The wine trying to ruby up fast. What he say? That wine trying to ruby up fast. Allegedly. Karma is something else. Baby, when I tell you karma is something else, get what? He motherfucking is, instead of crossing the motherfucking bridges, he done burnt them bitches. As far as that bitch talk to Fur, she's a bitch, she's an idiot. She always talking about sucking dick and all that. She's a thirst box. She's a thirst motherfucking trap. I try to get lit. Anytime before I put you on the docket, I let your ass know you going on the goddamn docket before I put you on here. Bitch, I hit your inbox quick. Excuse me, ma'am. I was wondering if you know if you want to come through and clear your name, because I'm finna put your ass on the goddamn docket. I asked motherfuckers, do I hit them in the inbox before I put them on the docket? If I got down, if I say I'm gonna put you on the docket, bitch, you gonna get an inbox from me, bitch.
Not the team pick me, so y'all sharing these comments.
Look, she said what?
She gonna love me having some comebacks though. I'm about to look out with the ring, okay?
Like, bitch, you gonna know you gonna like. Look, bitch, I'm on live in the camera. Like, bitch, if I put your ass on the motherfucking docket, bitch, you gonna know you on the goddamn docket. Court is not in motherfucking session. But get what? We got to talk about this summit. But get what? Before we do that, I gotta take a bathroom break real quick. We gonna goddamn play so who somebody request a song? Something that go with this topic. Grimy, you funny as hell. I'm gonna play ground and request. Then we gonna come back, y'all. Close that door. Put my light back over there. Oh, will you close the door? Yeah, just. All right, let's close the door. All right, y'all. So we back. I don't waste my goddamn ashtray. I ashes all over myself. Anyway. So like I was saying, I had to take a break because the bitch had to piece. Okay. So this is some crazy shit. Okay. And like I said, talk to Fur, her ass was that bitch. And so I had to tell her like, sis, bitch, it wasn't no fantasy land when y'all motherfucking mad were trying to get that puss up. So Harry always trying to be so what sucking dick. It wasn't a fantasy land then. Why is it a fantasy? I don't have time to be in the station head fantasy world. Bitch, bye. How you already in it, bitch? You stirring up shit between a nigga and a bitch. Why is you even in the middle? What you got to do with it? So before I put a bitch on the dock, I always reach out. And except for this one person, I didn't reach out to his ass. But they say he was at the motherfucking summit about to rape a bitch. His name on here is Houdini. Okay? They said that he was at the summit about to rape somebody. They put his ass out. He was drunk as a motherfucker. And he went on his Instagram, went on a little rant or whatever. I forgot his Instagram name. But he went on like a little rant or whatever like that. And some other bullshit transpired at the summit. Of course, my source don't want to give it to me because they feel like I talk too much, and I'm going to tell all of it. Bitch, what the fuck is the purpose of putting on the docket if you ain't going to tell the whole goddamn truth? He almost raped somebody. I don't know who it was. Motherfucker, this is what I can't stand motherfuckers. I'm like, oh my God, bitch, if you ain't gonna bring me the whole truth, don't get up on here and talk. Motherfucker, I need the truth. I don't need that half-ass shit you motherfucker, your mama and your daddy. I need the truth right motherfucker now. But Jingle Love, we are so, you know what I'm saying, happy that you got out of that situation. Carlotta was asking in the communication. Carlotta, I honest with you, sweetie. I know you guys are like with the kumbaya shit. Y'all be want to reconcile stuff sometime. But baby, when
that is a no. Let me answer that. Normally, yes, I am the kumbaya person, but that is a big no. I am someone who am not perfect, but I don't disrespect people. I don't do that. That is never warranted. Disrespect is never warranted. There is no kumbaya because this guy is a pathological liar. Okay? He is the mentally unstable one. And Talk to Fur is just his minion, but she'll learn and she'll have her own demise with that. Good luck.
We can't wait that bitch get used.
There is nothing that I need to apologize for, except that my behavior, how irate I was, but it wasn't because I felt like doing it. I felt like I had to go into warrior mode because I could not turn the other cheek. I was up pacing my floor, trying to figure out a way to deal with this. And so, no. But no, there won't ever, I don't care if I never hear his name again. That would be perfectly fine with me. Nothing. I don't want anything to do with him ever. No ill will, because karma is real, but I want nothing to do with him.
And y'all be thinking that I'm crazy as hell for motherfucking going off and voicing my opinion and leaving that shit alone. See, look, me personally, I ain't been, unless you're a close ass friend, or me and you done did some shit together, or I fuck with you like that and I done did some shit for you. The only way I'm finna be stuck and wasting my time, my bread on your ass is if we done did some real deal shit together. We was a real deal friend. Like, I got friends I still think about that done did some fucked up shit to me, which I feel was fucked up. I still think about them. Of course, I still think about the situation because I was friends with them for so long. But a bitch nigga, rich nigga, snitch nigga, what? Broke nigga? No way. That's why I be going off how I do when I let shit out. Now people start to understand me more. Why I be like, okay, I be seeing like the characteristics of a motherfucker. I be seeing the signs. Like, for number one, I didn't believe in his music because you weren't showing no effort in your music. I knew that, but when I go to your Instagram, I ain't shit on there. Like, what's on there? Like, what's up? Like, you showing more of you than is you are your work. Number two, motherfucker, I'm not, nah. That nigga there shouted when I can't. Let me tell you something. When then he was talking to multiple women on the app trying to use them. He told Karma Love, y'all know Karma Chronicles, Karma Love. He told that bitch to go kill herself. He gonna be waiting on the news for her to die. She was on her station crying and boo-hooing. I'm like, bitch, you let a nigga on the list. First of all, bitch, if you see this nigga in person, he not gonna be yapping that same shit. I'm the type of bitch that'll bring some bitch be gone spray, bitch. I'm mixing pine sol and bleach together. I'm gonna spray your ass in your motherfucking eyes. It is called bitch be gone. Bitch, I don't look. I carry around stunt guns and I ain't gonna tell you why I carry around. You ain't finna run up on me. Just know to be prepared when you run up on me. Cause I'm short. A lot of bitches be a little taller than me. A lot of bitches, some nigga be a little I'm short. So I got the goddamn come with the extra spice. You feel what I'm saying? Like, now, and for him to come and do some dumbass shit like this, and then try to turn on her, and then have another bitch try to come in. Basically, what she did was come in, gather information, and like she was on your team, and then we'll make it tell him what was up. That's basically what the fuck she did.
Well, basically, she can walk, or I should say, slither like she needs to. That's fine. I don't really worry about stuff like that because that is very much, like I said, you can act in a fungal way. I am the antidote. But in this case, I cannot keep going back and forth like stuff like that. I am a royal. I'm not going to do that with you. I have a real job. I'm not on here boo-hooing, crying in the corner in the fetal position. There is no need for me. My stuff is like really plentiful here at my home where I have a roof and I have a job where I can afford my lifestyle. So it doesn't matter. But what I will say is that I don't care who you are on this app. Don't ever let someone disrespect you, ever. It is not worth it. If you have to go back and forth with someone to earn your respect or make them earn you, you go ahead and you.
Now y'all motherfuckers understand me. Now y'all understand me. I have to command my respect, not just on this app, but in life. When I go out because I'm short, I got a face that don't even look like I'm gonna cuss your ass out. And I'm a little chunky, so motherfuckers think I move slow. I'm just this big fat girl that got low self-esteem. But when I open my motherfucking mouth and cuss your ass the fuck out and be ready to get my ass whooped or whatever the case may be, or whoop your ass, for my respect, that's what the fuck I'm willing to do. If I gotta leave you alone for my respect, because I know I hurt your ass, because I know just as loud as I am, I can be just as quiet and be just as a creeper. Bitch, I'm a Leo. I blend in and I will prey on your ass like a goddamn lion ready to goddamn eat his first feast for the first time in his life. Or I would do like the sun and beam your ass. Or I'll do like the night or I'll do just like what a motherfucker do when they don't fuck with you. Move the fuck away from you. That's why I've been trying to tell y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all this for 6 months, motherfucking straight. Don't let if anybody who been following me from January to now, no, I don't let no motherfucker on here disrespect me. You got me fucked up. Cause bitch, one of these days we gonna see each other in person. I want you to know who the fuck I am. I've been now y'all understand me. Now y'all, I'm good. Look, God is good. He bringing all this shit out. Every time he bringing all this shit out, and I'm happy. I'm happy he bringing this out. This is a lesson for all you bitches on here. Fuck with. I had one nigga on here that I talked to outside F, and I knew he wasn't shit when he seen all his ass, and he said, "Damn, that's a lot of ass. That's what I come with a lot of bills too, bitch. If you can't do better than baby daddy doing, I can't fuck with you. Okay? If you can't do better than nigga live room doing, baby, we had nothing to talk about." What is there to talk about? I don't do FaceTime sex. Look, baby, I charge for all that. I used to always make $1,000 a night. Baby, I charge for all that shit, all that conversation and all that, I charge. Don't make me go back into my old ways. So, it's just like, and I wasn't a hoe for long. Don't think it was only for a couple of months. I tried that shit, didn't like it, got out of it. But anyway, like I said, a retired hoe. I'm an old ho. Hey, you talking about a retired ho. Bitch, I would come out of retirement on that ass like a goddamn grandma in the 60s. Shit. Anyway, Alexa, play this shit. Set it off of this bitch. Right. Hey, what's the name? Was Norbert's wife. I don't know what that bitch name was, but that's what talked to further, like, call her Big Telly. Big Telly. Said for the ones in the back. So I see people are confused about some shit. Karma crazy. Are y'all confused about the guy? Okay, so Glass ran said, "Are you serious?" Now the guy. Now I gotta forget his name. I'm out the in my shop. That's why we see in the group. The group is not just for support; it's for other shit too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep y'all abreast on the up and up, like. This shit go, if y'all stay down with me on this shit, I'm telling you, this shit is gonna be like some shit you never seen before, the way I'm gonna do it. Like, this shit gonna be a whole motherfucking marathon that continues, and rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Right, them hoes making money. Ain't nothing wrong with being whole business out there. But that ass is fat, them titties is fat. My titties sad low, they walk to I can tie them and I can tie them in the bow. Bitch, I barely got any titties. But these niggas will love to goddamn grab them. Cause this motherfucker like that is just as lonely as a goddamn pencil in a goddamn pin box. You hear me? But the guy at the summit, he was very aggressive. We put him out of the summit. He was like, now I'm gonna tell you a little background information I got on dude. I ain't gonna even lie, I was like kind of just a tad bit flirtation with dude just to see what the dude had going on. Somebody told me dude like a dick in his ass. I'm not sure. Somebody told me he's undercover. I'm not sure about that. I didn't see the facts on that. But he did get put out the summit. He was drunk as fuck. He was aggressive with one of the females that were there at the summit. Of course, people don't want to say names. I'm going to say names. Fuck all that. Bitch, such and such was over here doing such and such. But anyway, he was just all right. He was off the chain. They put his ass out. His name is Houdini on here. Duh Houdini. What the fuck is this nigga name on Instagram? I can't. Is it Darren Berry Sauce or something like that? I'm gonna have to inbox y'all. But yes, he was allegedly trying to rape somebody to summit. That's what I'm saying. Who is such to occur? I ain't gonna let occur. I ain't got nothing to tell. That's twisted. Like, yeah, Nixon got the Instagram. Of course, Nixon is not gonna give up the tea like that. But Nixon gonna give up the Instagram. I'm not right. He don't really be on. He used to be on here all the time. When For Real though was on here, trippy as fuck. Used to be on here. He used to be on here all the time. Now a little bit background information about him. He's not from here. He's from Mississippi. No, is it Tennessee, Memphis? He moved to Atlanta. He moved to the west side of Atlanta. Then anytime somebody say they moved to Atlanta for a new beginning, either they got some shit they can't get rid of, either they undercover or they done did some shit in their hometown. Something like that don't happen. It's never like no business shit. They somebody say they moved here for a new beginning. They working a goddamn breaking their job. It wasn't for business purposes. Trust me, I've been in Atlanta long enough to know. I've been in Atlanta all my life. Now you're gonna find people that say they're from Atlanta, but they be from different sides. Like I lived on one side. That person may have lived on one side. We never crossed paths. We never crossed sides. That's how it is in Atlanta. So yeah, they say homeboy tripped out. They say a lot of other shit went down in the summit. Well, I know. I don't know. Let me tell you something. I give shit months to unfold. I say, like I said, I let shit unravel as it comes. I'm not gonna keep talking about shit. DJ Explosive. I knew his fraud ass was gonna get exposed one of these good old days because his conversation wasn't all that. His conversation didn't hook me. Wait, is this the same dude? No, it's a different dude. I'm sorry. It's a different dude. We're talking about a different dude. Now, in Nicolations, if you don't understand everything that just happened, I'm going to break it down to you. Jingle Love was looking to invest in DJ Explosive. Thought he was on his shit. Thought he was on his business. Da, 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 da. He wasn't. He caught himself using her. About out of $1,500, $1,600 allegedly. Wasn't allegedly, fact. And he had his little bitch come in, try to take up for him. She tried to come at Jingle. They got into it. And basically, he had other women involved. Now, I didn't get to that part because, hey, me and Jingle Love agreed that we want to talk about that because of the severity. But I just want to let you know, by him playing games, he have triggered these women to go beyond measures that they don't supposed to go back into, as far as depression and anxiety. So these women have went back into depression and anxiety because of this situation that has happened with DJ Explosive, because he been talking to them around the same time he was talking to Jingle and make it seem like he was just all this and all that. So it's like 3 or 4 different women that are involved, and he seems to have a type. He seems to have somebody shooting outside. He seems to have a type. He seems to have like this type where he like to pick women that are vulnerable. He think that are not, not saying you, Jingle, I'm just saying general, that don't have that great of a self-esteem, whatever the case may be.
Please don't put me in that category.
No. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying the other two women. Yeah, they you can tell they they need some.
I just think that he just know how to play his cards, and so. And I'm gonna toot my horn just to make my point here. He had a big dog, a queen, on his hand, so it's easy to go in and manipulate other stuff and to appear he is something that he clearly is not. So when you got somebody in the background like me, who's not going to say anything because, like I say, I don't put myself out there like that, but I'm providing you stuff you need. It's easy to go out there and say, oh, I got this stuff. See, I got this room. Oh, God, I'm about to fly now. And just from the information that came back to me, he's saying that I was his manager, but she don't know that part. It was told, he told some people that I was his manager, but he didn't say my name. He just said, my manager said, yeah, we got to slow down on monies and stuff because they got in this room, blah, blah, blah. So she don't know that part, but she know everything else.
And see, I want to just, nigga, oh my God, this is going to eat me up if I can't. I just really want to give my insight. I really just want to give my theory on this shit. Jigga like, nah. I'm like,
no, I'm totally against that. No, it's just too fragile. These people will come forward eventually, so you'll get another round. Don't worry about it, but don't do that because it's just so much. My stuff is topical stuff. I'm fine now. I'm fine. I went running yesterday. Everything's great. For the other ones, I would like to put that protective covering and leave it on there for them, just because that's what you're supposed to do. Remember, I'm returning back to my throne. I'm not in warrior mode, so I'm going to protect people who are vulnerable. And right now, they are at that vulnerable position. They'll come out. You'll be fine, Ruby. Just don't do it. If you do it, please make sure I'm not on the show. I don't want any parts of it because today is mic drop day. And it's my coronation to put my crown back on. I can't do it. I would strongly advise you not to. Just give them their space, please. I beg you.
I am, just because I promised you. I am. Anyway, but the second guy I was talking about is a guy who was at the summit. His name is Houdini on here. Dara Houdini. He's he's a piece of work. And so that's what happened. But in a lot of time when you see these niggas doing all this shit, these niggas ain't funding that shit themselves. Somebody else helping them. Somebody behind the scenes funding that shit to help them. Just like Jingle was helping him and he had everybody thinking he's flying out and going everywhere. No, that wasn't even the case. It was on somebody else's dime. So don't ever believe these niggas. They be like, "Oh, I got this going on. I got that going on." Nigga, where? Show me the card and the receipts. You got a place to live? Okay. But
in a joking, very ha moment, please stop sending me your cash out, people. I just told you. I would do something. Stop sending your cash out, grimy.
I support the Me Too movement. Well, hell, do that. Bitches lie too, though. But that's good that you support the Me Too movement. But this nigga. Now, DJ Explosive and the Houdini are two different people, so don't try to get that Mr. I'm sorry. Once you get to know me and start listening to me more, you better keep up with my conversation because I skip on subjects all the time. But DJ Explosive, I just wanted to get y'all the exclusive. Well, it was kind of like an exclusive. I didn't know that background story stuff. But y'all heard it first here, right here on Ruby G Radio. You heard everything that happened from the drama. It was really lit Friday. Like, oh my gosh. And it was just too much. So we wanted to go ahead and come on here and get it out. Once we found out the other party was involved. Because I thought it was just like, okay, Jingle, whatever. But then I found out those other two parties was involved. And they are seriously, like, deep feelings and all that. I'm like, okay, this is way deeper than what I thought. Motherfuckers is off because of this shit.
Oh, yeah, Carla. Trust. Remember, it was business that started first because of the song, but then it also crossed over to personal because I allowed it to. And that's a big no-no in the business world anyway. So no, I take total responsibility. Like I said, that's my guilty. That's my bad, my beat on that. And like I said, the money, many times that can be written off for business expenses, but the disrespect and then the lies, and then you're sending this little half of a woman, whatever she's supposed to be, and try to throw daggers at me or saying I'm unstable and stuff like that. Really, she is the one that has some issues from my understanding. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that bitch ready to goddamn get a dick in her ass. That bitch wants some goddamn. She thirsty. From my understanding, that's what it is.
That's what it is. To pick me, I'm desperate, I'm thirsty. But like I said, I won't bash her anymore. But and every time she's getting bashed, that's how it keeps coming for me. But right now, she's totally been blocked. She's totally a fungus, and I've totally went ahead and got rid of her. So she no longer has a voice. Not in my ears, anyway. My tympanic membranes don't even want to hear her. And they don't.
I just tried to, Carlotta. You declined. That shit crazy. Y'all, don't be falling in love with these niggas on these goddamn apps. The niggas be tricking and lying to y'all ass.
It was funny. I don't know.
They talking about your phone.
I remember because I was messing up.
Hey, Carlotta.
Love it.
Air Mobile, baby. Air Mobile. You breaking up, sweetie?
Yes, hands closed. Pick up to yourself. Oh, we're good, baby. We're all good.
Just don't fall in love with a nigga on the goddamn. Don't fuck with nobody on this app. Not personal on the personal level.
Oh no. We're back to our royalness now. We only deal with people that I know of. It's just lesson learned. I mean, I'm really good. Thank you all for the DMs and stuff. Checking. I'm like 100% good. After I got it off my chest. Big ups to people who tell me you need to tell your story. Get it off you. Stop carrying that. Big ups to all of you because that really helped.
You know, I'm all about getting this shit off your chest. Don't hold that shit in. Say what you gotta say. You still breaking up but a little bit. Damn, I don't waste my motherfucking ashtray. Carlotta! Baby, you going deaf, you going blind, we can't hear you. 10-4, we can't hear you.
All right, no negativity, all positivity. So that's why I wanted to do it today. So Monday, everybody can.
Cause I'm returning back to my normal state of Docket tomorrow. I'm all about the goddamn. I'm all with the shit tomorrow for the Docket. Okay, you can't run. Okay. Yeah, but shit was really real. You know, I'm glad everybody tuned in for the Docket today. The emergency Docket. It was the emergency, so you guys can get the glimpse, get the tea about that. Nobody, you know, and it's easy to say, you know what I gotta say? It's easy for motherfuckers to say positive shit when they ain't going through shit. A motherfucker can be positive all day long, but when you in that shit, you don't be thinking like that. You don't think like that shit. You be like, I gotta fuck this motherfucker up and find a way to do this. I gotta figure out a way to get over this. I gotta figure out. You don't think like that. So it's kind of like I like to be realistic in a situation when I'm dealing with something. Like I don't, you know, me personally, if I meet somebody where they tell me, hey, I'm going through this, okay, let's be realistic. Bitch, you ready to shoot some shit up, ain't you? Bitch, you ready to fuck some shit up. I can feel you. I know. Here's what we're going to do. And it's good everybody's positive and everything, but sometimes we got to be real with ourselves and real with the situation, man. It ain't this shit right here. I don't know what I would have did. Not spending my money. Somebody had to give us some. He would have to give us some. Somebody would have to give us something. He would have got that. Would have had to get his ass fucked in the ass. He would have had to give us something. But you gonna give us some ass to one of my homeboys. You finna do something. I don't give a damn what you talking about. You gotta do something. You finna be on video. We finna put your ass on thoroughbait.com. You finna do something to make me feel better. Cause I ain't feeling well right now. I'm not feeling good right now. As far as communicating with that motherfucker, that nigga don't give a fuck about you. He ain't been down by his damn self, let alone his children. He don't give a damn. He ain't know his work. How the fuck he gonna know yours? Girl, please. Leave that nigga alone. Leave him where he's standing. For him to have bitches in their feelings to the point where they just off of it. No, we not. No, sweetie, we ain't ever finna let no broke ass pot. He ain't got no pot to piss in. One to throw it out of, or a dog to catch that motherfucker with. We not letting them type of niggas let us get in our motherfucking feelings, baby. You know me, I'm Pam. What is going on, Pam? Hit the goddamn docket. Pam, what's up? No, Pam, we not doing that. Trust me, if you got a man, you want me to put his ass on the docket, I put everybody on the docket with. As long as your ass don't get me killed, shot, hung, or murdered, I will put your ass on the goddamn docket, okay? That's all the 4 things I ask that you not to do. Don't put me in no mob shit. If your goddamn baby daddy a mob and his granddad a goddamn Colombian, bitch, don't ask me to put his ass on the docket because he will not be put on my goddamn docket. But anything else, he definitely go on the docket. And today was the day for the emergency docket. I'm glad everybody. I'm just ranting on right now, but I'm definitely glad everybody tuned in. I really am. I'm just talking shit. I'm ranting on. I'm just saying, homeboy with DJ Explosive, bitch, you would have seen his asshole explode. He would have. They would have a reason to call his ass Explosive, baby. A bomb in the booty hole. He'll be a rump hunter for the rest of his goddamn life, fucking with me, dick in hand. You hear me? But anyway. I thank y'all for tuning in. It's the kettle imp. This is. Sandra gonna do a proper show in our schedule. Sweetie, let me tell you something, sweetie. I want to tell you something. Can I tell you something? Another kettle ain't empty, baby. If I need to go buy another bottle and refill it, I will. Grandma, let me tell you something. We cannot worry about that type of things. We cannot worry about that type of stuff. Okay, you know that she comes on 10:10, but not normally on Sundays. She's on at 10:10. Okay, you have your show. I'ma come. You know I'm coming, so we can talk some more shit together. I'm coming, so don't worry about that. You cannot worry about these type of people. You can't worry about people. Not saying she a type, because you know y'all motherfuckers make shit up and go back and say shit. No, you can't worry about that. Like if she gonna schedule her show, she can schedule her show. Let her schedule her show. I don't care about that type of stuff. You do you. Don't worry about her.
Yes, Carlotta, we can hear you.
Oh, Jesus, praise God. Oh, right. Before you go, Ruby, and you guys tell me at any point when you can't hear me.
Somebody is tooting their ass in the mic.
I actually want to add on to this particular conversation because DJ Explosive happened to have a private conversation with me today before I jumped on you guys' before this conversation, this chat. And I want to say I had no recollection or any type of knowledge in regards to this whole situation that you guys are speaking about earlier today when he basically told me about the issue that took place between Jingle and you and him. So I kind of heard it from his point of view, and now I kind of heard it from your point of view. So what I spoke to him without hearing what you just said, because I didn't even know you guys were popping up and going to have a conversation. In summary, because some of the stuff that you said, he also said the same thing. So what he was saying to me is that the transfer of funds
going in and out. We can't hear.
Can you hear me now? Hold on.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So he said that in regards to the record, right?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my gosh. You're going in and out. She's going in and out. No.
No, you're choppy.
Jingle, you hear me?
Just when the tea getting goddamn good.
No, you're choppy.
You choppy. You might look on for that. God damn, just when the shit getting good, the goddamn mic wanna fuck up.
And he gonna put all this stuff on Excel. That's what he's gonna do. He's really gonna blame that young man. Really.
A young woman, allegedly.
He has nothing to do with those transactions. I swear. And the fact that he would do that. That already shows you this type of individual that he is. That he would blame that on Excel. This has nothing to do with Excel. This is all explosive. And for him to be sitting here saying this stuff like it is true is just the lowest of the low. I could care if 15 trucks come through his damn living room and chop his body up into several pieces.
Not 15.
I wouldn't shed not one tear. Because the fact that you will stoop that low to blame Excel and have this lie that you just came up with in your head to try to spew out here like I'm some manager, that was not it. There are text messages that have refuted my position as a manager. And you knew that. He knows that. So to sit here and try to play this, because he's trying to get in everybody else's good graces, because you have dealt with Jingle, who doesn't do wrong to people and be out here lying and stuff. No, you're not going to have me out here looking like a crazy person, or you're not going to assassinate my character like that and do not think I'm not going to stand up for myself. You know exactly what that money was used for. What do I gain to make up stuff? What do I gain from this?
No.
I have nothing to gain.
Tell me if you guys ever hear me. If you guys don't hear me. Okay.
You good right now. You good. You real good right now.
So let me. All right, cool. Because if it drops again, then I'm just gonna end it or whatever. But let me speed it up. So basically, he said the record situation was a business transaction that was supposed to go between you and Excel. Had nothing to do with him because he told you that he didn't own the record or whatever.
That's the $400. That's it.
Yes. That was the $400. Yes. And
right.
So I was like, okay, continue on with the story. That was the one situation we talked about that, which we sound like that's on the even kill. Moving on. So now we get to the part where we're getting down to Atlanta for the summit. Now before we get to the summit, he's in Alabama because he's supposed to do some situation in regards to his DJing and music, and he was going to station in Alabama because he was supposed to do some work with Excel, which didn't pop off the way he intended it to pop off for whatever financial reason. It didn't go down. So then enters you, right? And so in this whole exchange that he's giving me in regards, and I don't need to go through it because you guys just kind of went through it. He was saying that within the exchange, he got a bit confused because your conversation went from business to romantic.
That was his ass. That was him.
Let me say, and he wanted to send me text messages and verification, but I said I didn't need to see text messages and verification because here's what I said, right? And he's giving me this whole exchange in regards to money and business and blurry lines because it was having some romantic conversation. I said, well, I can understand why Jingle felt the way in regards to the information that she got about the young woman that she went to the movies with, because in her head it's like you said that, and he said to me in this conversation that he was very blatant with you, that he only wanted to do business with you, he didn't want to do anything romantic. So I said to you, well, if Jingle was at the point, and yes, my local paperwork should have been added, I said that too. But anyways, I said I can understand how Jingle can get irritated with you because you led her astray. Now, what I mean by that is that if there was some type of romantic conversation, I'm not for sure, I'm just going on what this man said, is that when paperwork involved, but we've already discussed that. Moving on.
We did.
I said to him, when you have a female, this goes for a man anyways, when people start dishing out money to individuals out of their own pocket, and if there's some type of questionable conversation that wasn't clear, and then she hears that you sitting here canoodling or having conversation with another female, and yet she's thinking that she's gaining interest or you guys have an understanding because you're accepting her good gestures, then of course she's going to get pissed off and feel a type of a way. And so I said to him, that was your dummy mistake. I don't understand why you would be so willing to take financial funds from someone that you really didn't have no intention on being doing anything else with. Now, if it was business situation, yeah, cool, y'all should have paperwork, whatever, blah, blah. But if you notice that at some point in the conversation that it started to turn romantic or the conversation started to lead in a great space, it was your point as a man to say, no, I don't want to do anything romantic with you. I only want to do business. And if she offered your money and still you felt certain type way, you should have said no to the money and handled your own shit. And so I was siding with you on that part, and I was kind of scolding him a little bit on that part. Now, I'm not going to go into the rest of the details because you guys have kind of already gone on, and it's half the stuff that you guys said, he said too, and then he mentioned the part about when he popped into Jordy's room and y'all was talking about blah or whatever, you know, that whole conversation. But at the end of the conversation, he's like, he feels disrespected by you, and he just feels like there should have been a little bit more clarity, a little bit more conversation, and all that kind of stuff. So I said to him, well, why don't you guys like have a conversation and squash it? He goes, no, she's disrespecting me, talking about me, lying to me, blah, blah. I said, well, that was your dummy fault for taking money. You ain't had no fucking contract, you ain't had no goddamn agreements, and you ain't had none of that shit. I said, but on good faith now, Jingle, this is what I said, and I heard what you said. But I said on good faith because in all, just on his side, I said shit like this can mess up your name in this business, in this industry. He said he has a manager who he had this conversation with, right, that told him the same damn thing, right? I said stuff like this can mess up your image and mess up your name, especially in a sensitive climate that we're in when in regards to women and being disrespected by men. So I said to him that y'all need to have a conversation, squash this shit, and he needs to tally up the money that you spent on him, and he needs to give it back to you. Now, I said, now, how did she pay it to you? She said the Cash App, which you verified was Cash App. I said, well, Cash App her ass back. He said, well, I can't Cash App her back because she blocked me on Cash App. So I said, well, can't you figure out another way? Some of that nature, and I'll do that, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of where we ended that conversation.
He don't have anything. I don't even know how to block anybody no damn Cash App. You know,
I ain't got no Cash App, so I couldn't verify what
he is just full of himself.
I don't know.
First of all, nobody's that thirsty to go after him like that. This was a very mutual vibing thing, and there are text messages to prove this. There was no confusion. He was the aggressor. At first. So, nice try. First, now I'm the deranged romantic one. First, now last somebody else told me I was like in position of a manager. Then it was something about dealing with Excel. How many different versions does he have? How many different versions can one individual have? This is what it is. You bit the hand that helped you.
Yep, sure is.
But see, I want to say something, but see, Jingle, and you and I think you and I are around the same age group, and we're clearly much older than him, and probably a lot of the folks on this app, minus Dax with his old intake ass, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just kidding. But, and I'm mad at him, but I'm mad at you, Jingle, because let me just all the way honest, you don't know these people from Adam. I understand a Station Head app is a wonderful app where we all can network, get to know each other, and potential have businesses. Because, yes, there could be diamonds in the rough on here that could one day blow up like Mike Loco's son. You know, he's very talented. And we got other people that we promise. Yes, they're great business. There's great creative on this type of jingle for someone who's been in the industry as long as you have, and who is business savvy as you have, and the level of scholastic that you have. I'm not really understanding why you allowed yourself to have conversations with anyone regarding any type of funds. I don't care if it was 50 cents without an agreement or contract, right? Because I don't do anything. Let me be honest. I learned very early and very hard. I don't do shit without a contract or an agreement. And I have a business manager that I can consult with and lawyer friends I can consult with to write contracts. So when he was telling me this, I was lightweight shocked that this was even going down. I was like, jingle? The upper echelon, the educated. I can't believe she let this happen. So I'm lightweight mad at you that you even did that, jingle.
Well, I guess to do that, yes, it's very surprising too. However, just like any business person, sometimes you go out on a whim and you make very risky investments because you're thinking about the return. Granted, yes, there was no contract and all, and surprisingly, when people do things,
let me interject, jingle. But even an email conversation or like that, once it goes across the wire, is legally bound and can be held in a court of law. Verbal anything is not going to take you anywhere, which is why you said, I'm just going to check the producers. I can take it as a write-off. I'm just not understanding why at least that part didn't happen.
Well, there are text messages and there are emails, and there were also conversations. Again, when we went into this with the Excel thing, it was very calculated because it was the Thursday thing. So again, I'm very much a novice when it comes to the music business, because this is not my area. Yeah. So, so I'm still trying to build as he and I are trying to vibe, as the words are. So yes, it was a bad move all the way around. However, every business person has a moment of which they invested something and it's a lesson learned. Mine may have taken longer because this is my first time doing this. This is my lesson learned.
Yeah.
It's almost just like taking a risk on a penny stock. And you're hoping that it goes up. While that does have a contract because it's there, and there are all sorts of things that I have emails and text messages about the conversation that proves we can see the courtship going on because of conversations that we had by text. But it is still that part that I've always said that I blame myself for.
Yeah.
And that's why I say I take the loss, because it is not worth going after somebody for $1,100, $1,200. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it.
I just wanted to give you that part because when I saw that Ruby had all these people on the docket, and I said, now what the hell's going on? Because I thought this was a bitch I won't end conversation. Conversation, but it turns out, but that's fine. I'm glad that this happened because I was able to hear both sides without judging, and now I made a consensus. But the consensus is that you guys know. To be honest, I hear what you said and I heard what he said, but in all honesty, I think you guys do need to have a conversation because he's saying he feels disrespected, he's confused about what's going on. You say you feel totally disrespected and confused, and you lost out of money, and no one is very clear. See, that's why when I said to him this afternoon, I said that you need to be more clear about the discussions and the decisions that you make. Because see, I work in a space of black and white. I don't work in a space of gray because it makes me insane and I can't operate like that. I need to have clarity. So when whatever the conversation was happening, even when he said to you, are you good or are you up and all that kind of shit or whatever, like somebody on somebody's side should have made some shit very clear. It wasn't. Things kind of lingered on. I understand you say you like to go mute or whatever, but you can kind of figure out or whatever's going on. But sometimes doing things like that puts more damage than good, right? It is great, like Ruby says too, you got to nip shit in the bud in the beginning. And when you saw things was going fishy and whatever it is, that booking because he said you did the booking that booking at the Ritz-Carlton should have been at no fucking go. That you should have not have done that. We can't talk about that anymore because it's already been done or whatever it is. But do the managing thing, because I don't want you to be scared or be not motivated to do that. But if you want to go into this game, okay, you have got to work in another space as you would with your other clients or any of your associates. You need to have a conversation. You need to see if it's worth your time. Don't spend a lot of time talking to these motherfuckers either, Jingle, right? You do what they call a discovery call, which is a quick 15-minute, maybe 30-minute at best conversation to see if it's worth your time. If it's worth your time, you talk about it. You then send the agreement. And if people is about it, and if people want to do business, they'll sign an agreement, they'll sign the NDA, follow along, and you do business. But motherfuckers that don't want to do shit like that, you don't give them no time of day. And that's all I wanted to share with you today.
Well, thank you for the note. I appreciate it. It will still be a big capital no for explosive, because I still know with my heart that he's manipulating you too with words to tell you this guy's very cunning. He knows exactly how to spin this. Like I said, but I can take a loss because I can afford it. I'm not happy. It's okay. But I just think
Jingle, $1,500 is something you could have done. I mean, $1,500 would have got me a badass lace front wig, child. I'm just saying, I could have got really something.
My logo and I have had I know. I trust me. It's not just me. And I told people, the money is you just don't have to worry about it. But the disrespect. The reason why he's yelling disrespect because I went on that rant, and Ruby Jew has those text messages where he just kind of got real nasty.
Yeah.
So so his manhood or whatever.
I definitely respect. I definitely respect your answer on that. No one should be disrespected. No one should be that they're being belittled or whatever it is. But I wanted to share that little piece with you because I believe my Jingle got herself a tangle, child. I mean, y'all understand you and me had our spat over my local, but I think you understand, where your stance is on that one, child.
Well,
with my local.
I think. Let me just say this part again. He was very cunning. He had a good conversation. There was no desperation there. Because he tried to spin this that way. That is not the way. And the reason why he said that is because he knows of the 13-year relationship I had gotten out of. Yeah. But there's no desperation there. I have healed from that completely. Healed. So there's no desperation there. I don't have desperate moments because there's too much stuff I'm already into. But I love how he likes to spin it. It still will be a no. I would tell you that. I would tell all the people who are in it still will be a no. Yeah. Because he's just not worth it. It's just I just can't take it. But it's gonna be something else tomorrow. I'm going to be a great grandmother or something in a minute. He told somebody I was married. I've never been married.
I've never heard that.
Yeah. He has lots of versions of what I am. So yeah.
And it could be whatever it is. He's on his petty train or whatever it is. But regardless of what I mean,
because he's homeless.
The message out.
He's homeless. He has no.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so I'm desperate now. So yeah.
Crazy.
So,
but regardless of what, it definitely is a learning experience, and I hope this doesn't swindle you, not swindle. This doesn't sway you to do other business with other thriving artists or the industry at all.
No, we're gonna focus on them for a while because I have more people around me who are doing film. Yes. We'll come back to music when my team is a little bit stronger and there's a lot of legal representation. Right now,
I agree. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, but thank you.
Well, love you, Jingle, and love you, Ruby.
Ruby.
Really? Ruby, wake your ass
better
up.
not be sweet.
Ruby, wake your ass up. Child, she done fell asleep.
Ruby, really? So you done drink yourself to sleep?
Ruby?
No.
Oh!
I am so fun. So, yeah, I don't know what to say.
I bed myself, Jingle, but I just wanted to love you very much. Understand?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
why. I don't know what the guys to tell you guys. So Ruby is asleep right now. So thank you all for coming to her show, to the docket. At some point, she'll wake back up. Yeah, so I'm about to leave. Yeah, good night.
Are we working? I don't know what the hell happened. They're like, is she sleep on air? Bitch, I was not out. They were gonna let me in here like, oh shit. Oh, how the fuck I just stopped doing the show? I was out. Who falls asleep on the show? Bitch, my ass I went to sleep on the damn show. Excuse me. Man, I don't know what the hell happened. I'm sitting over here just my ass just went to my ass just went to goddamn La La Land or some shit. I look up, everybody going on the road. Like, what the hell going on? Anyway, y'all, it's been nice and it's fun, but a bitch gotta run. Life is too short. Have fun some of the time. Y'all heard what happened here first on Real With You Radio. Do I know what happened with that little pause silence? Bitch, I don't know where I went. I know she was talking and they was talking, and they think I know I went out. I don't know where I went. Okay. But bitch, I was gone. And so was everybody else. Bitch, I don't know what happened. I was just listening to her talking. It was just like, I couldn't do it. Got me on tape. I got my cell phone tape. Look, I got this shit recorded. I couldn't do it. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Talking. She talking. I'm finna go to sleep. She talking. I'm finna go to sleep. And my body was like, I was like, oh, that's it. That's a wrap. I got myself on video and everything. My live stream is about to be up, baby. You'll be able to fast forward through all that. But I ain't no shame my game. I go to sleep, bitch. I tell you, quick, bitch. I will go to sleep in the courtroom, wherever the fuck I'm at. If I'm tired, I'm tired. Oh my God, my ass got all this bitch not out. I just know I heard her talking, and then I was like, I don't hear shit. Bitch, I went to sleep for a second. Bitch, I was tired. Like, no. I don't know how long I was asleep. Long enough for everybody to get the fuck up out of here. Bitch, I thought there was 21 people in this motherfucker. I gotta look at 5 motherfuckers in here. I'm like, who in the hell? Like 20 minutes. See, that was I should have been smoking them hemp, the damn CBD oil shit. How you had not? It feels like he was gone like 20 minutes. I was trying to end my show and shit, bitch. I went to sleep. Oh my God, I went to sleep. About a good half hour. Girl, y'all gotta talk about my ass. Docket! It's been nice. It's been fun, but bitch, you gotta run. Life is too short. Have some fun some of the time. Be the energy that you want to attract. Bitch, my ass was in this bitch sleep. I can't believe that. On camera though. Not out. Oh my God. Bye, you all. Follow me on Instagram, Ruby Jew Radio. Always tell the truth even when no one is listening because somebody hit your ass. Good night.
So what you about to do? You know what? Let's play this motherfucker right here.
I can't believe I went to sleep, yo.
While animal training, make them walk up a bunga when it start. No boy can run me from my yard. Rise up my boom, stick at my dog.
Bitch, my ass would have sleep on my goddamn face. This shit was just bored what she was talking about. We got you on tight, sis. I'm out here. Oh, bitch, I was tired. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I gotta eat my last screen. Be